Guys, welcome back. So I'm so excited to be filming another video today. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me as I talk to you, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't have anything on my face, not even my brows, and I'm actually letting them grow out, so they do look very messy. I do clean them up just a little bit on the bottom, so that way when I go over everything with like concealer and stuff, it's not so obvious that my brows are growing out. I'm going to go ahead and get started and also talk about what I haven't posted in the past 2 weeks. Not on purpose, but yeah, I haven't posted, so I wanted to keep you updated on that. So let me go ahead and put my hair back and make sure that it stays, and then we'll start with the foundation. Okay, so to start off, I'm gonna apply my moisturizer. This one is by Pixi. It's called the Rose Flash Balm, and it is just a regular moisturizer. Today I'm going to be using a lot of the products that I showed you in my last video. The 21 Days of Beauty sale haul that I did, where I purchased a whole bunch of different things on the days that Ulta was having the sale. I actually missed out on the sale for Ulta this spring, and also the Sephora VIB sale and things like that. Like, I didn't buy anything at all. I'll explain in a little bit. Yeah, I missed out on those, but I do have the products from the 21 Days of Beauty sale, so I'm going to be using a lot of new products from that, as well as other products that I haven't showed you. And then for primer today, I'm going to use this one by Too Faced, which is the Hangover RX. I'm pretty sure that this one doesn't have any SPF, which I am looking for a moisturizer. Like, I'm not looking for it. I haven't looked for one, but I know I need one. If you have a favorite, let me know which one it is. Just, you know, for underneath your makeup, something that's not too thick and that doesn't leave a white cast. I am going to be buying one, so if you can give me any recommendations, that would be great. And then for foundation today, I'm going to be using this one by IT Cosmetics. This one does have 50% SPF, which is great right now, especially right now, spring and summer, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. This is in the color Light, and it's a very full coverage. What's happening with the pump? It's a very full coverage foundation. It just doesn't want to come out though. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this with my sponge. So if you notice, my background is different. Look at the foundation. This used to not match me very well, and now finally, like, I got some sun, so now it matches me. Yes, my background is different. I did have to change everything up. By the way, I'm gonna tell you, long story short, okay, if you're new to my channel, if you haven't been here, if you didn't know, if you haven't heard me mention it, my husband and I do live in an RV, and we move depending on where he is working at. So whatever state he's at, wherever he works, that's where we moved to. These past few months, we were living in North Dakota, so that's where I was for about 5 months, and then last week we moved back to Houston. I'm gonna go ahead and still apply some right here on my neck because I still feel like I need to blend it in a little bit, but it is way better than what it used to be. And so during that week that we were in Houston, we did nothing but clean the RV, and I mean like a deep clean, like empty out every single cabinet, take out everything that we don't need, give everything that we don't want away, empty out the closet, and like things that we don't use or we haven't used in the past year or in the past year. So we did that while we were in Houston, which is the week that we were there, which actually took us a few days because we did have a lot of things that we didn't need. I also replaced my desk as well as my drawers back here. If you remember my past videos, I had like a little dresser with like 3 doors, but when we were driving, that broke, and it had already broken once, but I was able to fix it. And then this time it was just like completely broke, you know. And that's something that can happen whenever you have your house moving around on the road, because it's basically like a car, you know, all the bumps, all the potholes and all that stuff, like it happens, you know, inside too. So I also got a new desk just because the one that I had, it was great. It gave me a lot of space. It was so wide and everything, and that was at the same time the problem because it was just too big. And like I said, it's an RV, so it's not very big, and I felt like it was just a little too bulky, and you know, so I decided to get one that was just very simple. This one's actually pretty cool though because I can rise it up if I wanted to, like if I want to film standing up or something, which I don't know when I'll do that, but you know, in case I want to. It's just from IKEA. It's one of those that you just turn this little thing and it rises up and down. So that's pretty cool, but that's not the main reason why I got this one. It's just that it's a lot smaller. It has a good amount of space, but it's not super huge or anything. And then the drawers that I had underneath my other desk, I still have those. So I still use those for storage. So now I have a ton of storage. All right, so then to bake my under eyes and to set my entire face, I'm gonna use this powder right here. This one is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. I'm actually going to go ahead and apply this on my nose and on my forehead and my chin and just leave it there for a little bit while I set my entire face. So now my setup is like completely different. I have to put everything away whenever I'm done because, like I said, the desk is not so big, but I like it that way now and I'm getting used to it. The brushes, I put them away. Everything goes back to its spot, you know, so I feel like that's a lot better. It's a lot neater and it just feels a lot cleaner, you know what I mean? I don't have like a whole bunch of things on my desk. Okay, and then to contour, to bronzer, and also the blush, I'm gonna use this palette right here, which I haven't used on camera. I only used it one time by myself, and this one is the Smashbox Kelly Contour, and that is how it looks. It has very, very pretty colors, and I actually really like the tones in here because they do go really good with my skin. So first I'm gonna use this one for contouring, and you're gonna notice that it's like a great color for me and it blends really nicely, so it's really good. I also have the Ablaze palette, which I really like, and now they came out with the new one for summer, but I'm not too sure about that one. It looks like a very, very bright palette, which I might get, I might not, I don't know. So yeah, so that week that we were in Houston, which was just last week, a few days ago, we didn't set up, like I didn't set up my desk. I actually took everything down and took all my stuff out, all my makeup out, and reorganized everything. And then whenever we're driving, of course, I have to store all of my ring lights, my lights, my camera, and everything, is I have to make sure that that for sure doesn't break. And then my husband did get a different job, which is 3 hours away from Houston, and now we are probably going to be here for a few months, and now I'm able to set up and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and bronze my face. I'm gonna use this one over here, and I'm gonna use this big fluffy brush. This bronzer is also a really good tone for my skin tone. Okay, so back to the story. Back to what I was telling you. Now we're here, and it's very, very close to Corpus Christi, and here's where we're going to be, like I said. So now I'm back to being able to film and everything like that. See, being on the road is great because we can be anywhere, you know. This is where we live, you know. We can move, we can go to any state that we want to. If we want to go just to sightsee, you know, we could do that, or if it's for work, then we can do that, you know what I mean? So it's really easy to just get up and go. But at the same time, it does, which is not bad because normally we're not on the road for like days and days, days and days and days. But I do have to put everything away, and then once we're settled back, then I can take everything back out, you know what I mean? So all of my makeup does go into the drawers. I put either like paper or just something to keep it nice and cushioned, so that way whenever it bounces, things don't move around. I know it sounds probably so weird, like what the heck. So then for blush, I'm gonna use this one right here, like I said. So these are the three products that I'm gonna use from this palette. I might use the highlighter, but I don't think so because I have another one that I took out. But like I was saying, I know it probably sounds a little weird, or you probably didn't know, you know, you're probably surprised, like what, I would have never guessed. And I know I get that a lot, but because not everybody watches every single video, or you miss out on a certain video. But if you watch my makeup collection video, I do mention it there, and I show you my old desk and everything. But it was good to clean everything out and, you know, reorganize everything, clean everything. And the day that we got here, I actually cleaned everything while my husband was at work on his first day. Reorganized everything. We also got some new chairs. We took out some couches that we had and we put in some new chairs. So everything just feels very clean and spacious, you know. I'm just loving it. Everything just feels pretty good right now. Okay, so I took off the baking powder that I had, and then I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna go in with the highlighter, but I'm actually going to do my eyebrows first. I'm gonna do those off camera. Like I said, those take a little while. I'm not used to them yet because they're so much thicker, which I'm grateful that they're growing back out. Really, look at this. It's like it's all growing back out. They were really thin, and I like them that way because they look very clean. But now that they're growing out, it's like in that stage to where they look a little weird or a little messy. I gotta get used to it. I gotta get used to the new shape and filling them in, and yeah, because they're thicker now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows, and then I'll come back. By the way, for my eyeshadow today, I'm gonna do something blue, and I'm gonna use the Blue Blood palette, which I have not used, so I'm excited to use it in today's video. And so anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. Okay, so I did my brows, and like I said, I'm still working on them. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to like them, and I do have a bunch of like good eyebrow products to keep them looking nice. But at the same time, I feel like since I'm not used to them and used to the shape, nothing's really working. Like I have to keep using different things to try them out. Not only that, but actually it's been like an hour. My husband came home early to eat, and I didn't know if he was gonna get here at this time, and he brought food. So I mean, I already ate, did my brows, I ate, so it's been like an hour later. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off I'm gonna finish off my makeup, and this one is called Snowflake. It's one of the loose highlighters, and I have used it twice. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some on the top of on the cap of the highlighter, and use the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill highlighting brush. This is the JH09, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this one on my cheeks. I'll do my nose and like my Cupid's bow and stuff later. I was gonna use the highlight from the Candy Contour palette, but I'm gonna use this one. I'm also gonna go ahead and apply a little bit towards my eyebrow. So then for my eyes today, I am gonna be using these new brushes. I showed them to you guys in my last haul video, and these are by Sephora. And this came in this set. It comes with five brushes, and it comes with a little bag. And like I said, I'm gonna be using the Blue Blood palette. I don't know what look I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna come up with something right now. But this one is the I was gonna say Painterly, the Paint Pot Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre. And the only thing that I've done with this is swatch it, and I do like the color of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this fluffy brush and apply this on my eyelid. And I did already apply a highlighter there, but I think I just covered that up. Okay, it's okay. I'll just put more later. Let me blend that out with my beauty blender, because I think I apply a little bit too much. Okay, so there's the primer. It looks really good. I like the color of it. Like I said, I used to have this one in the color Painterly, which was, it has a pink tone to it. This one has a yellow tone to it, and I like this one a lot more. From what I can remember, but this one is a better tone. Oh, I'm also going to probably be using this one. I might do a halo, and I'm going to use this brush that I also showed you in my last video. So I'm going to start off with this blending brush, this small blending brush. I just took like a really deep breath, and I'm going to try this color right here. It's called Minty. It's a light blue-green minty color, and I'm going to apply this shade in the transition area. This is very intense. You know, I swatched these. I swatched some of them in my last video, and this one did swatch really nicely. Like the light colors did swatch really nicely, but you know, on the arm it's always different than on the eyes. But this is actually looking really good on the eyes too. And I know I haven't done the eye swatches on this palette because you know, I completely got behind with my video, so it's not like I didn't mean to not upload that. It's just that I haven't had the time to do that. Now I will, so if I can do that soon, sometime this week, because it takes a long time for me to do each shade on my eyes, one swatch, one blended out. Like that type of video does take me a long time, and then it takes a long time to edit, so I need to have an entire day just dedicated for the eye swatches, which I'm happy about. Like I really do like those videos. I know that they're super helpful for y'all, but I do need to have a full day dedicated for that only. The color that I knew for sure, right, so one of the first colors that I know that I want to use is Flourishing, and it's this one right here. It's like a green blue, it's like a teal. It looks very pretty in the pan. The color is just like a unique type of blue-green shade. And I'm going to take the smaller fluffy brush, but I'm going to keep this one on the crease area. So that's why I want a smaller one. So that way I can focus this one right below the mint color. While I was gone, I would see a whole bunch of people post blue eye looks, and not only with this palette, but with other blue eyeshadow palettes, and I have not done a blue look in a while, but they all looked very pretty. And I ordered a palette. It already arrived, but it didn't arrive to me, and I don't know what I need to do. I need to call today, but I ordered a palette by Certify, and it is a blue-green. I'm gonna go into the crease right here just to blend that out with the fluffy brush. It's by Certify. I'll have a picture right here so that way I can show you, but it's in North Dakota, and they already sent me a message that says that it was failed to deliver. So I don't know if they're gonna send it back, because it was a pre-order and I didn't know how long I was gonna be in North Dakota. I just thought it got there like we just left, you know what I mean, and it already arrived. But it was a pre-order, it was overseas, so there was no way for me to know exactly where it was from the tracking information. It did say like when it got to a post office here in the US, but then after that it wasn't like very specific. Either way, I didn't know, and there was no way for me to interfere. I tried to like stop the package and get it sent to a new address, but it wouldn't let me. And I did message them, But I messaged them on Instagram just because they're very active, or at least from what I've seen, they're very active on there, which was my mistake. Like, I should have just emailed them to their business email or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. This is a very, very pretty color. It's showing up, it looks good, easy to blend out too, but still intense. So like I said, I'm keeping this one in the crease. But like I said, it was my mistake. I thought they would reply, you know, on Instagram, but they didn't, and I didn't, you know, ask them again. But all I said was, it hadn't shipped out yet. It was like a few days before I knew I was leaving, and it was a few days before they said they were going to ship out the pallets. So I did message them, and I was like, I don't remember what I said exactly, but I was just like, you know, is there any way for me to change my address because I'm going to be moving? And they didn't reply, which, like I said, it's okay because it's Instagram, you know what I mean? So I didn't take it like they didn't want to answer me or change my shipping address, which I would have just paid for them to change it and to ship it somewhere else. Like, it's my fault, so I would have paid for that. Like, okay, change it. If you already paid postage, I'll just pay that again and get it shipped to my mother-in-law's house, where it would have been for sure. But like I said, I thought that by the time they sent out the pallets, because like I said, it was a pre-release, that I would still be in North Dakota and get the pallet. So yeah, I don't have it, so now I have to call. If anything, they're gonna send it back. They're gonna send it back to certify, and maybe then I'll be able to tell them. So it's gonna take probably weeks before I get that pallet again. And I didn't even bother sending them an email to their business email because I was like, it's too late, you know, it's already out. So what I think I'm gonna try to do, if I can't get USPS to send it to me here, like pay postage and get it sent to here, is call them at the RV place we were at and see if I could send them a paid postage, have it picked up there, and send it to me like that, so that way I don't have to, that way it doesn't get sent back and then I have to wait again, you know what I mean? So hopefully something works out. I have to do that today, I can't forget, or else, like I said, they're gonna send it all the way back to certify. But I'm excited about that palette because it looks very, very pretty. Like, all the Instagram pictures look very nice. So I've never tried that brand, but I wanted to try some new brands, indie brands, and I did buy it for pre-release, but like I said, I don't have it. So far, these two are good, and then I'm gonna use my new brush right here that I got to try out for a cut crease. This is the brush 18 by Anastasia. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape to create my halo eye. Just a little bit like that. It seems like it's going to be pretty good. It's synthetic, and I'm hoping that it just gets flat. So there you can see it's pretty thin. Like, it did get very, very flat. That's the best type of brush to use, a very, very flat one whenever you want to do a cut crease or a halo eye. So I am going to cut my crease right here in the center because, like I said, it's going to be a halo, so I'm only going to do it in the center. Okay, I think the best way for me to do this is by just going like this. The edge is just a little different for me. I have to get more practice out of it because it's the first time that I use it. But it's a pretty clean line. I think I need a little bit more product. And then with a flat brush, flat synthetic brush, this is also from the Jaclyn Hill collection, and this is the JH41. I'm gonna use, I opened my eye too soon. Okay. Since I have hooded eyes and they're a little wrinkled, it smeared onto the top, so I'm not gonna look at you, but I'm gonna pick a shade. I do want a light shade in the center. So I guess I'm going to go with the only light shimmery shade, which is this first one. Well, there's this one too, but I'm going to use that on the outer parts. So I'm going to use that one in the center, which is a white, and I think it has like a blue shift to it. I don't know, but it seems, oh, I looked up, but it seems very soft. Yeah, that looks very pretty. And then using that same brush just on the other side, I'm going to take Ice Tray, which is this blue one. It's also a shimmer. And apply that one on the inner corner and on the outer. No, you know what? I should have used... I want to use that one because I don't really like this combination. It doesn't look bad. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I was going to say I want to use this one because it matches this one a little bit more. But I am going to work with it. So now I'm going to use this one and take that one on the... Well, I'm going to use that same brush, but I'm going to apply that one on the outer part of the halo and on the inner part. Okay, so for sure these are giving me fallout, especially that last one that I used. You see all the fallout that I have. but overall it is, on the eyes, it is pretty. It's just that they're really soft. And I didn't leave any baking powder, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the fallout that I have. And poke my eye, of course, the usual. Okay, so that does look very pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the other eye, and then I'll come right back. I'm gonna do the lower lash line, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so the brushes that I have is, well, this one right here, but I don't know if this is gonna work for my lower lash line because it's very, very thin. I don't know if it's gonna pick up any of the product, but I'm gonna try it anyways, and I'm gonna use this shade first. And this one's the angled brush that comes with the set, and apply this on my lower lash line. And with the small little blending brush, I'm gonna blend that part out. Alright, so I'm done with my other eye. I also did go ahead and apply falsies. I use these by House of Lashes. These are called the Boudoir Light. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. And then for my waterline, I used an eyeliner by ColourPop. This one is the cream gel liner in the color Prance, and it is a light blue shade. It doesn't match the rest of the eyeshadow, but it's blue, and it matches a little bit with like that other shade that I wasn't too sure of applying. It's like a baby blue color, it's like a sky blue color, and yeah, still looks good though. And then for the lips, I think I'm gonna use this one by Fenty. This one is called Uncuffed, and it is a nude. I think it's like a purple from what I remember, like a purple nude shade, like a mauve purple. So I think it's gonna look good. I don't know, but I'm gonna put it on and see how that looks. But before that, I am gonna apply my Dewy Set by Anastasia. This is something that I really, really like, and I'm gonna spray this before I add a little bit more of the highlighter. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take the highlighter again, and just with whatever is already on there, because there's still some. I'm gonna take a little bit of this, and since I just sprayed my face, it's gonna have a little bit more of a grip to it and like grab onto the highlighter. It's too powdery. It's too powdery where with the big fluffy brush it's not precise, and then you get glitter everywhere. So yeah, a smaller brush works better for that. And you know what? I didn't apply anything on the inner corner, so I need something, and I think I'm just gonna use a flat little brush and go back into the Blue Blood palette and use the white shade that's in here. Actually, I don't want to get any fallout, so I'm going to spray it with the Dewy Set. There you go. I did need that on the inner corner. So it's much better whenever you spray them. I guess that's another way to do it if you don't want to do your eyes first. Use a setting spray for the shimmer shades, and apparently you avoid a lot of fallout with these eyeshadows. So sometimes shimmer eyeshadows do work really good on their own, but sometimes they work a little bit better with the spray, with the setting spray. So yeah, for sure that one worked a lot better with the setting spray, and I really needed an inner corner highlight. I'm just gonna apply whatever is left up here on my brow bone. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go over everything and just kind of tell you what I think about it. First, starting off with the Cali Contour palette. This one is really good. I love the shades in here. The tones in here really work with my skin tone. They blend out really easily. The contour shade works perfectly for me. The bronzer does too. I really do like the blush. It's very pretty. It's like a dusty rose, and it's one of those shades that goes with a lot of different eye looks and stuff. So this one is really good. So for those of you that did recommend this palette during the 21 Days of Beauty, thank you, because it is very nice and I really wanted to try it. And then the Anastasia highlighter is also good. It just depends on what you like in a highlight. What I do like though is that it's not white. So it still goes with my skin tone, but it doesn't have that white, because it doesn't have that white base. It is one of those highlighters that can look very, very intense if you apply a lot of it, but I do like it. Like, I feel like it does blend out really nicely and it looks really good, but it does have that glitter finish to it. So in person, I don't know on camera if you can see it, but in person I can see little silver glitter on my face, which is not bad. I don't mind it. It just, like I said, depends on the look that I'm going for. And then the brushes, I only tried 3 of them today, so I need to try the rest of them. And this one right here, it's okay. The angle brush is the only one that I need to use again, but I think I prefer that one for maybe my brows because it's really, really thin. So for the under eyes or for the lower lash line, I could really use any other brush that I have. But as far as the 2 brushes that I tried, the blending brush is really nice, and so is this one. So this one did work really good to pack on a crease shade, because this one is a nice shape, a nice size for my eye shape. So I did like that one. So far, like, the quality does seem really good from these brushes in here. So I kind of do feel like maybe if you like the brush shapes in this one, or like, you know, you gotta look at it online, but just if you like all 5 of them, it might be worth it for you to get, because I do think it's a good price for Sephora brand. It's just the quality of them is nice, it's soft. And then this one right here was a lot better on this eye. I feel like I just needed to use more concealer, and not too much to where it's going to build up so much product, but just enough to where I can glide it on, because this one I did apply a little bit more concealer on the brush, and then I was able to create a cleaner line. So this one looks a lot more crisp than this one, because this one I went over it a lot, or maybe it was because I was talking through it or stuff, but this one came out a lot better. And then I also did like the paint pot. I need to stop calling it Painterly. The soft ochre paint pot. So then the palette, well, I did use just several shades. Like I said, it's the first time that I used the palette, but I do like how intense it is. And I am surprised with the mint shade, just because I didn't think it was going to show up that much on the eyes, but it did a really good job. And then this one is also very pretty. It's a very unique shade. That one is probably my favorite, just the tone of it. This one and this one, I haven't used that one yet on the eyes though, but it does look very pretty. But this one was easy to blend out. But the more that you blend, the more faded that it gets. So you do have to just pack on a little bit more, blend it out, pack on, blend it out. Then as far as the shimmers, I did get fallout from each one. So I would recommend spraying your brush, or wetting your brush first and then applying it, or applying it on your brush and then spraying your brush, so that way you don't get as much fallout. So those were pretty much all the products I kind of wanted to go over, just because they were the newest ones. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and like I said, I will be back to my regular uploads, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.